So hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. So yeah, I've gone a little bit crazy over the last week. Well, crazier than normal. I redecorated a little bit. I'm still in the process of redecorating and moving stuff and painting. So like my life is a little bit of a wreck, but it's a happy wreck. It's one that I welcome. This belt, it just keeps sliding down and she will not stay up. Stay up! Fashion. So, yeah, let's talk about Fear, the show, not, the thing. Or, like, yeah, we could talk about the thing too. I'm afraid of the dark. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm 24 years old and I'm still afraid of the dark. Right, so this week's episode, oh my god. I have to say, it was a really weird one, yes, but I think this episode is probably one of my favorite episodes. What's this? I loved it. I think this week's episode has probably been my favourite episode of Fear in a long, long time. I liked the feel to it. I liked the setup. I liked the vibe. I liked the setting. I like that, and someone pointed this out in the comments of the video. Someone pointed out that like a lot of these kind of post-apocalyptical worlds or universes feel so cult-like and cult-ish. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good fucking point. I really liked it. I thought that it was an interesting take, and it was just weird. And my man, the bird guy, or what was his name, Timmy or Johnny or Woody or something, I don't fucking know. The cult leader boy who looked like he owned a bunch of birds and is like, Alicia, haha, add you to my collection. I'm very excited to see more of all of that kind of side of things, and I hope that we do explore that a little bit more moving forward. Now, I feel so incredibly bad for Wes, it's not even funny. My man thought his brother was dead all along. Then found out he wasn't. He joined a cult, and when they rekindled and they had like their brotherly moments, he fucking backstabbed him. He was like, yeah, no, I can't go with you, sorry, oh no. He sold out to the fearless leader. He was so in that, and it sucked. And then he got eaten by the big arty tree, and poor fucking Wes had to be there and experience it, and it wasn't a good time for him. Rough episode to be him. Oh yeah, Alicia had that super badass moment with the matches throwing the thing down that was so reminiscent of that scene with Madison. You guys know the scene I'm on about. Loved that shit too. Alicia's the type of character who, like, I never made it a secret. You guys know back in the beginning I wasn't mad on her. I wasn't mad on her character. I found her to be very teenage and very kind of whiny. I just was not into her at all. But as the show has like progressed and changed and gone on, she is now one of my favourite characters. And since she's come away from the painting of the trees, she dipped a little bit there again for a while when she went mad painting the trees. But now that she's come back from that again, I feel like I have really just kind of re-fallen in love with her character and everything that she stands for. And I'm like, yes, bitch, yeah. Like this episode, it really just like reignited my love for her. It really, really did. I mean, like I love her anyway, Alicia as a character. I just think she's great. But like it really just kind of brought that back to the forefront. I'm just quickly scrubbing through the episode. We got to see that little moment between Al as well and Dwight, where she was like, yeah, I gotta go. And Dwight was like, alright, but like if you're not back, I'm going to come looking for your ass. So Dwight is, again, kind of like Alicia. Like we all hated him back at the beginning because of The Walking Dead, because of what he did and because of all of that. But then as his story, I'm speaking very fast, aren't I? As his story was explained, and it was kind of explained away, like as to why he does what he does and did what he did, it was easier to kind of side with him and be like, alright, we'll give him a little bit of leeway, we'll give him a little bit of understanding, we'll go a bit easier on him. And now he's become one of my favourite characters on Fear. And that little bit, the kind of brother-sister relationship that he has with Al, it was just really unexpected, but I love it. Then we go on there for a minute. I really did think that walker with the helmet on was Al's love, and I was about to absolutely punch a hole through my own face. I wasn't, but I might have. So yeah, I did. I liked the vibe of this one. I thought this was a nice change to the last two episodes that we've seen. It was completely like worlds apart different to the last two. But it worked, and I really did like it. And it's probably one of my favourite episodes in a long time, oddly enough. And that didn't even hit me until I was editing the reaction, until I was looking back and going, wow, I really liked this. It really flowed. I'm still not over John's death. I'm still not over none of that. Was it this week's episode or last week's episode? I think it was this week's episode that we saw, what's her face? We saw Dakota being like, I want to help, or whatever the fuck. Whatever it was that she said. I'm like, no. I stand by that decision, by the way. I said that in last week's reaction and review. I stand by the fact that, like, I don't want to see a repeat of Charlie. We had that story arc already. It worked fine. There's still a lot of people who, like, aren't on Charlie's side or whatever, viewers now. And fair enough. But, like, we don't need to see that again with another character. So if that's the kind of route they're going with Dakota, then I don't know. I'm not here for it. But yeah, who'd have thought that the crazy cult motherfucker would come out of nowhere, all mysterious, looking like an absolute batshit Birdman? Who'd have thought it? My guy could not have been any more perfectly cast. As soon as I saw his head and his socks and sandals, I was like, that there's a cult leader if ever I saw one. Okay. So yeah, I hope we get to explore more of that kind of mentality and more of the place as well, because like you heard that there was like an audio on constant loop in the, what's it called, in the building or the vicinity or the whatever we're calling that place that the cult people live in. There was like a constant audio playing, which is like okay, you got everyone working together, but then they're like talking about closing the doors, not letting anyone out, and then you have like a bunch of fucking chefs making God knows what, and we're feeding the walkers to pigs, or the posters or posers as they're called. I do want to get to see more of that a little bit. Not necessarily the cult, but like the place, because it looks really interesting. Like, could we maybe use that? Could we, our group, swoop in and be like, interesting. Take Birdman out and like, tell the people, hey guys, you don't gotta be part of this cult no more, but we're interested in taking over the premises if you don't need it anymore. Because like, we're building a safe place above ground with Morgan, but we could do with a bunker. We could do with a bunker. So yeah, you guys, that is it for this week's little chat, little catch up on the I just love the sleeves on this dress. Look at how fun that is. Oh my god, I'm so easily amused. Yeah, that's it for this week's little chat or review. There's been a few copyright issues, so if my videos are like disappearing and reappearing, that's what's going on. The link to my Twitter is down below. I update a lot, constantly. Wow. Over there. So if you're interested in seeing what's going on, make sure you follow me over on Twitter or Instagram to keep up with me and videos and like whatever the fuck. If you want to say hey, you can say hey. If not, don't. The link to my Patreon is also down below, where I have recently started reactions to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I'm also continuing on with all my other reactions. So like there's reactions to American Horror Story, Doctor Who, Shadowhunters, The 100, Riverdale, Daredevil, The Punisher. I am finishing up the Star Wars reactions. The whole, like all of them, there was a lot. I still don't quite understand it, but I enjoyed it. And I'm going to be starting up Marvel, the MCU universe. That makes no sense. That's like saying pin number. I'm going to be starting reactions for the MCU movies. So like Iron Man, Captain America, all of those. I think it'll be fun because I haven't seen a lot of them in a very long ass time. So reactions to that will be starting soon, but everything you need to know is on Patreon, so like you can follow the link there and check it out if you are interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all soon.